action. Test, well, maybe just do levels.
Mic check, testing. 1, 2,
Good.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Great.
Feel free to go ahead.
The Kevin Young era is underway, sort of. It was the final exhibition match. The real first game will take place next week on election night, but this first look against an opponent was really interesting offensively. They shot the lights out from three, Mitch. They passed the ball well, 24 assists on 31 makes. Impressive stuff.
It was. BYU wins 93-49 over Colorado Christian, a D2 team, but BYU's three-point shooting was really impressive too in this game. 18 of 36 in the post-game. Dawson Baker was asked if this team wants to, get up around 30 shots like last year's team, and he acknowledged that they want to shoot the three. That's no surprise. I mean, Kevin Young loves the three ball. It's going to be a key component to this team because they got a lot of good three-point shooters. It was kind of noteworthy. Yegor Demon, he was 0 for 3 shooting the three, but man, he was brilliant when you talk about the assists. 11 assists from Yegor. He was fantastic on that front.
He has a unique ability to get into the lane and then rip it to a corner. Richie Saunders benefited from that a few times. Richie, I have to say, Mitch, appears to have taken a massive leap offensively. He was one of 4 players in double figures scoring. Kind of backed off in the second half in terms of being aggressive, but he's shooting the ball as well as I've ever seen him shoot it here at BYU.
He was in the starting lineup too, and 15 points for him. And you still see, despite being a starter tonight, just that fanatical, kind of crazed effort that he always brings. It should be noted, BYU was without Dallin Hall and Fousseyni Traore, precautionary on that front. Trey Stewart, though, going to be a little bit longer, according to Kevin Young in the post-game press conference. But I love what I saw from Richie. Love what I saw from Canon Catchings. His offensive ability. We were watching from the media row, and I just turned to you, and it's like, I haven't seen a guy at BYU that can just take it off the bounce and just rise up and create his own shot from three. BYU has never had guys like that. I mean, Catchings is a special player. He was the leading scorer for BYU with 19 points. Offensive-wise, he is ready for college basketball. Defensively, he's got to improve still.
I've got concerns a little bit about how he can hold it physically in conference play, but to your point, I'm not saying he's this player, but his ability to elevate is very Kevin Durant-like, where just one dribble, 2 dribbles, pull up. Very few people at this level, Mitch, are going to be able to defend that shot because of how high he gets and how tall of a player he is. His offensive ability, it's unique. And when you see him in a game like today, and I know that you guys probably weren't able to see this if you weren't here, but when you get to see Catchings, you'll notice there's a reason. There's a lot of talk about him being a potential first-round NBA draft pick.
He was really impressive tonight. The starting 5 tonight was, without Dallin Hall, was Demon, and then they also had Richie Saunders, Trevin Nell, and then Catchings and Keba Keita. Keba Keita had an incredible block in the second half. You pointed it out. He blocks it right here, sends it into the stands, flies over Danny Ainge, and it goes into the stands. The sheer, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say violence, but just the authority in which Keba Keita plays, it's a sight to see.
He's going to be so much fun to watch. I thought the play of the game was an alley-oop from Demon to him. I mean, we're going to see a lot of those, but just the ease from both players as Demon came around a high pick and just sort of, whipped it up, and Keita just threw it down like it was no problem. He is the type of rim-running center, still a little undersized, but the way he plays, I think he makes up for that. You don't see athletes like him at the center position very often here.
We saw Mihailo Boskovic check into the game around the 8-minute mark. No new update on him. He was able to play because of it being an exhibition. But again, Kevin Young noted that there's no new update on the status of Boskovic, who's still going through an NCAA waiver. Igor Demon's ready for Tuesday night. He'll be good to go. And adding on Demon, he had a pass too. There's kind of a subtle, underrated play, one of his 11 assists, where he's at the top of the key, between the legs, just one hand grabs it, just throws it with one hand over to Trevin Nell, wide open, in the sweet spot. And we've talked to Trevin. He's it gets into the minutia of where to catch the ball for three, right there. I mean, just those little nuances. You see that passing ability from Demon. It's great stuff from him and this BYU team. And what's fun, Matt, is that this is a really good team that we've seen so far in the exhibition tonight and the scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage. Yet still low expectations. You know, you get some outlets that are saying maybe they don't make the NCAA tournament. I don't believe that. I think BYU, this is an NCAA tournament team, but 9th in the Big 12. I mean, still a lot of room to grow and prove people wrong.
I'd be shocked if this team finishes 9th. I'm not saying they're going to win the league. I don't even know if they're going to be top 3 because the Big 12 is that deep.
Yep.
But I could very easily see them being 5th again in the Big 12. The versatility, Mitch, offensively, it's shocking how many options you have. Just in this game alone, and it was without Dallin Hall, who's going to be... And Foose. Hall will be one of the primary creators. Dawson Baker was hitting threes and can dribble the basketball. Elijah Crawford had moments getting into the lane. I love the commentary from Kevin Young with him. It's like, hey, we just need you to hit singles. We don't need to be Superman. I think those were Kevin Young's words. But he can score. Catching, we talked about. I think Demon can score. We just need to see it a little bit more. But there are so many options. The mid-range is there. Getting to the rim is there. Shooting the long ball is there. I mean, 24 of 31 assists. That's one other note I want to call out on that, Mitch, is just I thought the chemistry was off the charts today. It's not even game 1, but Demon's whipping passes. Guys are hitting threes. He's running down the court, you know, doing the three-point symbol. It feels like there is great chemistry. And Richie Saunders postgame said, all I want to do is win. And I felt that today. Like, this is a team that wants to prove a lot of people wrong and make a run in the tournament.
It'll be interesting to see how this team and this season unfolds, but the vibes are really high. I mean, 16,323 fans were here at the Marriott Center for an exhibition. There was a big exhibition turnout last year, but this was bigger. BYU fans are excited.
Rock was full. Rock was packed.
For the Kevin Young era, it's going to be off the charts. I mean, every night in this building, no matter who it's going to be, is going to be must-see. So it's going to be great stuff, and we'll have you covered throughout the BYU basketball season on KSLSports.com. We'll be talking some BYU Hoops season preview coming up Saturday on Cougar Sports Saturday on KSL News Radio, so be on the lookout for that. So for Matt Baiamonte, Mitch Harper, check out all of our work on KSLSports.com.
Great.